close elections in the United States can get really complicated.
There's a prayer among election supervisors across the nation, which is, "Oh Lord, please don't let me have a close election."
Factors like our decentralized system and old equipment can all lead to a frustrating process for voters, candidates, and the media. There's probably no better example of all these factors than Florida.
We got a nail biter in Florida.
It wouldn't be a major election here in the state of Florida without last-second drama.
Florida looks like the nation, and the nation's closely divided, so we're closely divided.
And much of that divide stems from arguably one of the most controversial elections in U.S. history.
CNN right now is moving our earlier declaration of Florida back to the too close to call column.
It was almost as if some sort of bitter partisan ghosts were awakened, and they really haven't left the state. And the state has remained bitterly divided like the nation, and incredibly close ever since.
It's also the actual voting process that's creating big problems, especially in two of the most populous counties in the state, Palm Beach and Broward. Those two always seem to find themselves catching ire from all sides of the political spectrum, and 2018 is no different.
Voting machines in Palm Beach County overheated last night.
Palm Beach is the only county that missed the state machine recount deadline. This was because of their actual election equipment, old and so unique that you couldn't really borrow anything from other counties.
The supervisor of election there, Susan Booker, had basically inherited old bad systems from her predecessors. And she had told me earlier that they were trying to drive a 1965 Ford Mustang to LA and back with a bad fan belt, hoping they didn't break down. Well, they broke down.
In Broward, the issue seems to be a bit more human, including the design of the ballot and failing to upload early votes on time.
Election after election after election, there's some problem in Broward. And exactly why that is, I don't know. Like, if I were magically designated to fix problems in Broward County, I'd probably start with a hypnotist and a therapist, because it just seems like there are just problems in that office.
Both the human and machine components could probably be fixed, but it takes some investment.
It certainly seems to me, anecdotally, as someone who lives in the state, votes in the state, covers elections, that we probably could throw a little more money at the problem. Lawmaking bodies, whether it's in Florida or Congress, react to crises. This was a crisis, and in chaos and crisis, there's opportunity.
No matter who ends up on top after everything in Florida's election is all said and done, the underlying issues with their electoral process probably won't go away unless someone ponies up the money to fix them.